218 over the weekend. Rodgers finished with just under 300 passing yards to go along with 3 total touchdowns. Rodgers said even the limited fans in attendance made him emotional as Green Bay gets to host the conference championship for the first time with Rodgers at QB. Wow, that's crazy, and it will be a cold one. Shannon, how impressive was Rodgers on Saturday?
He was great. He was flawless. Skip, you got to take away something. Skip, you can't let him run for almost 200, throw for almost 300, and say, yeah, we're going to win this game. Skip, they scored on their first 5 possessions. They would have scored if Lazard doesn't drop the touchdown. He drops a touchdown. And I'm like, bro, you take away something. So you know what? If Aaron Rodgers throws for 400, but we're not going to let Aaron Jones and we're not going to let Williams and we're not going to let Dillon, we're not going to let them dominate the run game. But Skip, if you can't take away anything, how do you beat a team that's as gifted as this with that guy at quarterback? Look, we knew that Aaron Donald wasn't going to be Aaron Donald. Like I told you, Skip, I had that injury. My cartilage tore and my rib actually protrudes now. So I know how painful that is. I got shot for 2 weeks, and I said, no more. I'm just going to have to pay through this because I'm tired of y'all sticking me with these needles, Skip. I said, no. But it's hard for you to move, Skip. You used to just like, ooh, just go in and rip it. And Aaron couldn't do any of that. So now he's neutralized. No pressure. He only played 54% of the snaps. So that lets you know he's not 100%. And then the snaps that he played, he was ineffective. So now you're basically playing with Brockers, Day, and Fox. That's not Leonard Floyd. That's not enough. You needed Aaron Donald to be 100% healthy in order to generate a pass rush to try to make Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable. But Aaron was great. I mean, Skip, that's the #1 defense in football, the #1 scoring defense in football. And Aaron Rodgers went through it like a hot knife going through butter. Up and down the field he went. He was great, had the highest QBR of the weekend. I'm not surprised by that. 8 or 12 on third down. They should have been what, 9 or 12? Because Lazard, like I said, he dropped a touchdown, came back and made up for it. But 5 yards a carry, 8 yards every time they threw the football. Skip, you can't win like that. Now, I don't expect it to be that easy, but Rodgers was not pressured, and these great quarterbacks, Skip, they too good. If you don't pressure, you ain't beating them. I don't care how good your defense is. I don't care how many Pro Bowl guys you got in your secondary. If you do not pressure guys like him and the guy from Buffalo and Mahomes and Brady, you're not beating them. So don't give me all that, oh, man, yeah, not back in, we top notch. I don't care what you got back there. Don't put that guy under duress, and you're not winning the game.
So, I would like to acknowledge publicly that my man Shannon Sharp beat me out of yet another rare case of Diet Mountain Dew on Saturday afternoon because I made the mistake of betting a case on Aaron Donald.
You bet on Jared Goff.
No, I bet on Aaron Donald. I said, I'll take Aaron Donald over Aaron Rodgers. Big mistake. Aaron Donald said during the week, I feel great. And I thought, if you're that good, if you are, as Troy Aikman said, many have said, best defensive player ever, you've even leaned in that direction, though I think you stopped short of
I ain't gonna say
Lawrence
the best
Taylor
ever.
and Reggie White.
Yeah.
Best now, best for the last, whatever, 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, yes, I agree.
So I finally gave in, and I said, if he's going to play, if he's going to suck it up, he needs to take a shot. And then he needs to give a shot because he needs to.
He didn't put pressure on Rodgers.
He needs to take 2 people at a time, and I believe he got doubled on nearly every snap. I have him at 55% of the snaps.
Okay.
He usually plays 85%.
Right.
But they said they gave him the choice to take himself in and out. They did not. It wasn't a coach's decision. Right. It was his decision. I'm going to go. I'm not going to go. And there were some series he would just go stand on the sideline.
Right.
After a while, as Shannon Sharp always taught me, if you step on the football field, you got to go.
You gotta go.
It's like no excuses. You just got to go. Yeah. And once you're out there, you got to stay out there.
Everybody sees 99. They don't forget that you had a rib injury. All they see is 99, and they see Donald on the back.
And all I had all day long was 99 problems. 99 problems from Aaron Donald because he did nothing. He had 1 assisted tackle. He had obviously no sacks, no
pressures.
He had
what? He almost got Rodgers on one. He
grabbed his jersey, and it resulted in a 33-yard completion to Tanyan. Okay, so that didn't work either. And the crushers for me were that Jared Goff actually played pretty well with a glove over a hand that held a thumb that had 3 pins in it in the cold up in Green Bay. It wasn't that cold on Saturday, sort of early evening. But the point was that Jared Goff drove them right down in their second possession, down 3-0, to 4th and 1 at the 14-yard line. And what happened on 4th and 1? They false start. Well, listen.
After the timeout, so Skip,
that's it. That's a false start. You can't do it. You cannot false start. It's one of the guards' false starts. Both of the guards false started. Okay, this is Lambeau Field against the MVP Aaron Rodgers. You have to cash 7 points.
Yes.
And after this false start, you say, that's it. We got to kick a field goal.
Yes.
And it's 3-3. Here comes Aaron Rodgers. But here comes the defense, and it rises up on 2nd and 7 from the Rams' 36-yard line. Aaron throws an incompletion aimed at Devontae. But what happens after the ball is gone? The ball is gone to Devontae, but then what happens?
Aaron Donald gets
Aaron, no, Aaron, don't do that. Don't do that. Aaron actually took a swing at him, grabbed Jenkins by the face mask. He got blocked to the ground to start with, and he was frustrated.
Yes.
I'm sure he's frustrated with his injury, blah, blah, blah. And yet, this is the Defensive Player of the Year 2 times over. This is the guy who'll probably win it again this year. He's probably the runaway for it. And you cannot grab a face mask and then throw a little punch because it's 15 yards. You had him 3rd and 7.
At least not while the official was right there telling you to break it up.
Okay, it's just such a bad play, and it sends a message to the rest of the defense. Our stud is he's just out of whack today. He's not himself today. And all of a sudden they crumble, and obviously Aaron takes it right on home with the big first down and 15-yard penalty, and it's 10-3 Packers. So you have a chance because against Aaron up there, you need to take the lead just to keep him on his back foot. Psychologically, you got to keep him a little bit off balance.
Right.
But no. But then I'm going to have to call you on one word that you did use in describing his game. You said it was flawless, but they had 2 more chances at the end of the first half. 14 seconds left. If we could see these 2 throws. Here's one that is actually better caught by Troy Hill. Troy, you got to just catch the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to stop the field goal. Troy?
Skip, if those guys could catch, they'd be on the opposite side of the football.
And here's another one. John Johnson, and it hits him right in the breadbasket. Hits him right between it hit him in the face mask, actually. It's another one. It's almost like Brett Favre. They used to say, he's going to throw you a couple. You got to be ready to catch them. Aaron's not like Brett Favre. He's not that careless, that much of a gunslinger. But if you catch one of those 2 balls, at least it's only 16-10 at halftime, and instead it was 19-10, and it felt a little bit out of reach. Then what happens first play of the 3rd quarter? The other Aaron that I always say is the real unsung MVP of the team, Aaron Jones, gets loose, and he is... Okay, what are you going to do? And then Aaron finally hits the big throw at the end of the game to Lazard, and that breaks it completely open, and it's 32-18. And my man, Lil Wayne, is celebrating at what's his name, Smith's house, Z Smith's house. After the game, they're having a big party, and I'm sure it's a little party. I'm sure they were wearing masks, but that's where our man, Lil Wayne, wound up.
Skip, if somebody would have told you, okay, Aaron Rodgers has a good game. Okay, you're not going to be surprised by that. But, Skip, you let the team rush for almost 200. How you beat a team if you're the #1 defense in football? How do you give up basically 500 yards of total offense and expect to win a game?
Okay, so what caught my ear after the game was Aaron Rodgers said, and I quote, "I was barely touched."
Yes.
He was barely touched?
He was.
Well, guess what? To your point, they had 189 yards rushing. Would you believe that was the best rushing performance that he has ever benefited from in any playoff game he's ever played in his career? That's the most yards rushing Aaron Rodgers has ever been able to play off.
Yeah.
Yeah, 189 yards. Well, obviously, Tampa Bay is pretty tough against the run.
Right.
So I would hope they could keep them under 189.
And see what happens, Skip. When you can run the football, guess what? Play action. Remember the touchdown to Lazard? What was it? Play action. Because we got to, hey, linebackers, y'all got to hit those holes. Y'all got to get up there closer.
Yep.
And safeties looking down there. This is when I knew the Rams were in trouble. I watched Green Bay's center blocking John Johnson, the safety. If the offensive center is blocking your safety, Skip, you in trouble. If you're that far down the field and blocking your safety, you're in trouble.
Right, and they did that without Bakhtiari, who is their all-pro
He
left
might
tackle.
be he might be a top 3 lineman in all of football. But Skip, the guy they've kicked out there, he ain't bad. The Green Bay's got a very good offensive line. I believe they're now. Sure, they would love to have Bakhtiari, but interior-wise, they're good.
They are good. So would you believe that Aaron Rodgers, it has taken him 190 career starts to get to his first home NFC Championship game, which is the longest in history.
I can believe
in
it.
history.
Yes.
Which is not a great thing. But he finally got what he has dreamed of against a guy who's about to play in his 14th championship game, obviously 13 in the AFC. But that's what you got going on. He finally made it. He got what he wanted, and it's against the guy who is one game away from playing in the first ever home team Super Bowl, which is to be played at Tampa. So that's what Brady has out there as a carrot. I could be the first ever to play in a home Super Bowl if I can get through Lambeau.
Tom, Aaron has talked about this, Skip. He talked about this from the beginning. I want to get home for the championship. I want somebody to have to come through Lambeau. I want somebody to have to come through Green Bay. I want someone to play in the cold. I want it 20. Now, it looks like it's going to be in the 20s. It's going to be some snow.
Yep.
This is what, Skip, he talking to you like, well, dang, Aaron, I mean, you make it seem like if you just get the game there, it's going to be a cakewalk. This is what he wanted. He spoke openly about this.
Okay, and he gets to play a warm weather team at home.
Yes.
Yet the quarterback for the warm weather team has played in a whole lot of snowy games.
Yeah, he don't count.
He won't be bothered by this, but I don't know.